A lot of people don't know what is neuropathy. I didn't find out about neuropathy from a doctor, believe me. I didn't find out about neuropathy from a doctor. And I was going to doctors as a diabetic. I found out about neuropathy because I went on the internet to research why my feet is feeling like pins and needles choking me. And that is where I found out about neuropathy. Because I was feeling like pins and needles in my feet, constantly choking me, especially when you lie down to sleep at night. Sometimes you can't sleep, right? Mine's got so bad that I had to cry myself to sleep because nothing, no medication wasn't working, right? When I went to my doctor and when I found out about neuropathy and I went to my doctor and I told him, I said, I found out that the numbness and the tingling in my feet is neuropathy. Let me tell you something, and I'm not lying. He was shocked. He was shocked. The expression on his face was as though I am not supposed to know about neuropathy. And you know what his answer was? Oh, we should have told you about that. And I was like, yes. I mean, as a doctor, you have a diabetic patient coming to you spending money. Isn't it your job to let that patient be aware of what diabetes can do? Like, okay, diabetes can cause this, diabetes can cause that. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, my health started to deteriorate, as I said, around about the age of 45. My feet, I found that I used to run upstairs. I couldn't, for the love of God, walk upstairs. From the time I see a stair that I have to go up, I would run it up, right? Eventually, I realized that I am going upstairs, I am walking upstairs, and I have to hold on to the railing because my feet feeling, so tired and a little weak, But again, I just brush it off, right? And this uncomfortable feeling of walking upstairs lasted a long time, right? It lasted a long time. In 2020, with the pandemic, before the pandemic, I mean, we had a vehicle, but I wouldn't bother my husband to drop me anywhere. I am a person, I like to go take my taxi and go my way, right? So even though we had a vehicle, I cannot drive, I used to go take my taxi and go my way. If my husband is going somewhere and he's leaving home the same time with me, fine, I get a drop to go where I go. But to bother him to go, no, I'll take a taxi, right? During the pandemic, he didn't want me taking taxi to go anywhere because, it was dangerous sitting in the car with people, and maybe somebody might have COVID and, you might get it. So everywhere I had to go, I would sit in that car. Everywhere I had to go, I would sit in that car. You know what happened? By the end of the pandemic, you know what I realized? My legs were so weak. When I tell you weak, embarrassing. I fell down in Port of Spain about 3 to 4 times because of the weakness in my legs. Because my muscles were affected with diabetes. Let me tell you something. I see people walking in the road. Some of them walk the way I walk, and I know it's diabetes. My muscles were so weak, I couldn't even step up the lowest cut bud at the side of the road. My legs would give out under me. And I have always been so independent and never depended on anybody that I didn't care. As I said, I fell down in tongue about 4 times, and people had to come running, helping me to get up. And I still used to get up and go, ignoring what was happening to me, right? And it was really, really bad. It was really, really bad. But I was so determined not to end up in a wheelchair, because I know of people after what was happening to me. I actually got to know about people who had the same problem and ended up in a wheelchair, or ended up walking with a walking stick. That wasn't going to happen to Juliet. So I still used to get up and go. I said, I exercised. I used to exercise all my life. So I couldn't even fathom how this happened to me. Right? But as I said, I was inactive during COVID. And it's only after COVID when, I started to take taxi again to go do what I have to do, I realized how weak my legs were. I didn't realize it before. So I started to exercise. People, let me tell you something. Don't ever give up on yourself. Do not ever give up on yourself. People told me, get a walking stick. It will help you. And I said no. I couldn't go anywhere on my own. I have to hold on to, if there is a pole,